Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and today we're once again covering the endgame content that we have, the light side Geonosis territory battle. And specifically today we're covering Phase 1, and as you could see from the overall map view, our strategy for Phase 1 is to go for 3 stars in the bottom phase. And there's 2 battles down there. There's a Jedi battle and a light side battle. So for the light side battle, I'm going to use my most powerful team, General Anakin Skywalker leading the 501st clones. This is my arena team, straight up, unmodded. It's how I use them to climb in arena every day. It is a Relic 7 General Anakin Solo and then a Relic 4 501st clone team. They're all Relic 4 at the moment, and I'll have a kind of detailed stats view at the end of the video where if you really want to see how exactly they're modded, the protection, the speed, all that, that'll be at the end of the video. So a number of my guildmates in chat, as we were preparing to go through this, I had seen they were failing with their GAS General Anakin Solo teams and our General Anakin Skywalker teams. And so I didn't think I had much chance of clearing this 4 for 4. A lot of people were getting 3 out of 4. But I wanted to give it a shot, see how my team did, and surprisingly, spoiler alert, I got through it, 4 out of 4. So that's the too long didn't watch. You can get through Phase 1, Lower Territory Battle, the Light Side Battle, using a General Anakin Skywalker team with Relic 4 clones. And it was a difficult battle. There's probably some RNG involved in that, but it wasn't particularly hairy, and I didn't have to do anything crazy. And I made a pretty big mistake and learned something pretty important about this team that I'll certainly apply in the future that maybe you guys don't know. If you're an expert, then you probably already had this in your back pocket, but maybe some of you other guys who are just getting ready for this event don't know it yet, and so hopefully this knowledge you'll keep until you're ready to give this a try. And the focus of that knowledge is Rex. Obviously, Rex is kind of the heavy hitter here, other than Anakin constantly countering and doing damage. Rex has his aerial advantage, which is a big nuke, and it builds up based on how many turns his clone allies have taken. So what I wanted to do is start each wave fresh with that ready to take out the biggest threat on the enemy team. So you can see we just got into wave 2, and the big threat here is this droid, the sniper droid. It builds up charge and then can unleash a huge attack that does a bunch of damage. So I thought, great, aerial advantage is ready. Rex comes up with the second turn, goes to attack, and does a really unimpressive amount of damage when I was expecting him to just completely blow that guy away because I took, I don't know, 20, 30 turns in Phase 1. And so his attack should have just obliterated that guy. Every clone turn equals 25% max health damage to the target enemy that Rex hits. The thing that I learned, the important note there is it's per encounter, not for the battle. So each wave restarts his damage for his aerial advantage back to 0. So he went second. I don't think any clones went before him, so he had 0 clone turns ahead of his own, so he only did 25% of the max health damage to that sniper droid. And I kind of repeat that mistake throughout here. I didn't really realize what was going on. I thought I was just missing something with the mechanics, but that's it. So it is smart, and you can see I do this with the rest of my my team. I carry in the big hits, I carry in the specials into the next wave. When I get it down to just 1 or 2 easy targets at the end of the battle, then I switch over to basics. So I save all the specials for the opening of the next battle. The one adjustment to the strategy is aerial advantage shouldn't be your opening move. You need to get 5 or so clone turns off. So Rex should instead start with his first special where he gives everybody turn meter and tenacity up, and then let everybody cycle through, and then on Rex's next turn, use that aerial advantage, and you'll probably have built up enough turns to nuke, if not almost nuke out whatever that top threat on the enemy team is. So I will make that mistake again in this battle, see how it works, and we still get through it. So this team even has some leeway. You could play better than I did here, and I still got through it. So we made our way into wave 3, and now we have, again, the big threat to me is that sniper droid, or the droidica this time, over in the corner. He builds up charge for every turn that you take on your team, and then he can unleash a huge hit based on the number of charge stacks that he has. And if Anakin is up, he'll absorb that and just take it to his protection. But if he's down, he could nuke a clone trooper in 1 hit. So the two main threats there are, of course, the B2, because every time you hit somebody else, the B2 has a chance to gain 100% turn meter, and then apply buff immunity, and apply area damage, and all that is bad. So luckily, I was able to get a string of assist attacks to take out the B2s. They only need one hit to take out a stack of their droid battalion. So every time you get an assist, you're taking out a stack. They're really easy to kill, and there's 8 of them. So bam, 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 8 kills, the B2's out. Then we switched over to the Droideka, got him out, and then back to the B1, who has the other stacks of droid battalion. And now the rest of these guys are pretty easy. The commando droid does, I think, have a pretty big nuke. It can stealth, but there's nothing here that's super scary that can take something out in just one hit, especially with Anakin guarding most of the time. So, again, we eliminated those targets as possible. B2 first, because otherwise he would just keep generating turn meter. As soon as the big hits were ready, we switched over to Droideka, then B1, and now we're just cleaning up. And again, in the cleanup phase here, everything's pretty safe. We're back to basics. We want those specials to be available for the opening salvo in the next round, because you got to get some targets out of the way early, or they're just going to overwhelm you. That's where their power comes from. 5 turns in a row for the enemy team, even hitting your strongest enemy, your strongest characters, they're eventually going to start taking some of your characters out. So here we are in Wave 4, and it is the General Kalani droid team. And so no super big threat here, no sniper droid, Droideka one-hit potential, but the twist is that we do have the B2 and the B1, and now, as you can see, when we get those assist attacks, we're not removing multiple stacks from the B2. You can only take 1 stack, or 8 if you're hitting the B1, but 1 of the B2's stacks of droid battalion every turn. So it doesn't matter if you assist 5 times, only that first damage is taking off a count of the droid battalion, and that's because of General Kalani. That's one of his uniques, is that he does that. So use that to your advantage as well. Think about if you have an AoE, then send the AoE at anybody, because then an assist will attack the main target, and the AoE will still take 1 stack off of the B2. You don't need to attack the B2, because if you get an assist or a droid turret or an arc turret shot, it won't do any more damage to the stacks of B2. So only 1 stack at a time until General Kalani goes down. And as you can see, I again started with Rex early, did the aerial advantage, did almost no damage. Now we just got our second one, and since it's charged up, it takes out General Kalani there in 1 hit from, 75% protection or whatever it is that he had. And now that he's removed, the unique is no longer in play. We're easily able to wipe out the B2 Super Battle Droid, and now it's just the B1 and the Commando. And again, now that Kalani's out of the way, every counterattack, every assist, every multi-attack is just going to strip away more and more stacks from the droid. So it's easy. Now we've got this in the bag. So there's ways that could have gone wrong. There's ways the RNG could turn out differently. But there's certainly ways that you can play better and even more efficiently than I did with this team. And you can see, there we go, 4 out of 4. Again, it's only phase 1. I know light side Geo territory battle is still, it's way overtuned, it's brutal, it's ridiculous, but it is what we have. CG has said clearly they're not changing it, so we just kind of got to live with it and do the best that we can and come up with the strategies that we can. So that was my strategy there. General Anakin and the 501st can get through it, and they're only at Relic 4. Most people take that team up to Relic 7 because you need it for the cam shards, which we'll again attempt in a couple of days here. You need it for Arena. Right now it's the meta Arena team. So you're going to invest those resources. Why not go for it? But if you're not quite there yet, you still have a chance at going 4 for 4 in phase 1. So good luck with your light side Geonosis territory battles. If you haven't gotten there yet, put this in your back pocket and keep it in mind for when you're ready to start. You can use this team, use the strategy, play better than I did, learn the lessons that I learned, and hopefully you'll get through it as well. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.